Hello everyone, Hector Mendoza here. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can do 3-layer ceiling. They're tray ceilings, you see right here. So this is a little kind of different than just a regular tray ceiling. So you got 1, 2, 3 layers here. You got 3 layers here, and then so you'll run into some problems, like especially like this dining room, because it has round corners. There's something different you got to do to that. So basically, so let me hit Control Enter. Let me show you what this house looks like. So let's go to Images. So, as you can see, I got my front, right, left elevations. And so the front of the house looks like this. And if I hit 3D, you'll see that we have a porch here, right in here. You'll see it there. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that porch also. Then the right elevation of the property has this porch. See, on the right side. And then in the back elevation, we also have a porch. Actually, the right and back are next to each other, but I'll show you how to do that. Also, when you go into the garage, you have a here, let me turn off the ceiling. Let me see if you can see it right here. See, you have a step down. So when you're doing flood, that's very important. Something that I want to show you. Let me see what else. That's basically what I'm going to show you. So what I have done is created an Xactimate file, and I'll have a link that you can download this, because what we're going to do is we're going to work on some of these rooms. So this is what the outcome is going to look like. Okay, so I'll show you how to do this kind of stuff. And so on this other level, this called copy of the main level, I went in and deleted the ones that we have to do. Like all these rooms, I'm going to show you how to create those, because those are the ones that have the special stuff on there. Alright, so let's get started. So when we're out there, it's important to give the insured what is owed to him, but we also can't give him more than what is not owed to him. So it's very important to sketch these items accordingly. So on a claim like this, if you're doing flood, anywhere between an RCV of 35 to 50,000, you're going to get 2,235. Either you're going to get 65% of that or 70%, depends on who you work for. So it's really important to do this stuff correct. Let me delete this one area here. We're going to redraw that. So if you download this ESX file, go to not the main level. The main level shows you what it's going to end up looking like. But if you go to the copy of the main level, then we'll start from the easy stuff. Then we're going to move on to, so the easy stuff here is creating like a oh, for some reason, there it goes. We're going to do this room and this room. Those are very easy. Then we'll go into some more advanced stuff, like this one here. Now you would think this one and this one would be the same, but it's not. Yeah, and I'm going to show you the problems that you're going to run into. Then we'll go ahead and do the I can't remember. I think that's the let me see. That one is the Shift L, living room. So we'll do the living room, and then we'll go ahead and do the garage. Okay, and the porches. We have a porch in the front, and we got a porch in the right, and the back elevation. So, like I said, let's start this one first. It's a little tricky. I did this sketch for you so you can follow with me. Now, you can't place a room inside a room unless you have to manipulate it, and it's kind of a little tricky. So you just have to take one step at a time. So first of all, here under the layers, you want to select auto below so you can see the background of the first layer. So if you hit main layer, you can see it, but if you click on copy of main level, then you cannot see the background of the first layer, right? So it's real important that either you select the main level or the auto below, that way you can follow me. So first thing, let's review something. If you go to the main level, you're not going to see any names of the rooms, but I'll show you the pull down ones, but we're going to use commands. So if you go to view and you see Shift L, so if you hit Shift L, it puts the names. But if you notice, not all the rooms have names. I only am showing the names that we're gonna actually work on. If you go to this room, you hit Control Enter to go to properties, then you're gonna see right here. You see right here where it says show labels, and I said no. If you tell it Y tab, then you'll see the name come up, right? So so I did undo to get rid of that, but a lot of the names are not there. Also, what I've gone in, so if you want to play with this file, you can go under the views, go to this layers. You see where it says area, points, blocks. I have height. If you go to show, all of a sudden you're gonna get all this. Okay, I'm gonna turn off. Okay, so you can't see the area blocks, but if you hit Shift C, then you can see them. Okay, but we're gonna hide those because I don't want all those names getting in our way, but they're there, just like your washers and dryers, refrigerators, and things of that nature. So we're going to go ahead and turn that off, that way it doesn't get cumbersome. Okay, so let's go to view, go to layers, areas, blocks, and lines, and then we're going to hide those. They're there, we're just hiding them. Okay, so that's the first thing that I wanted to go over. Alright, so I have two layers on my sketch. Okay, we have the main layer that has everything. Then we have a copy of the main layer, but I only copied the things that we're not going to work on. So if I hit 3 for 3D, hit all, you'll see that only the first layer are the things that we're not going to work on. Okay, so copy of main layer, main layer. I'm going to type 1 for 1D. Now we're going to go to copy of main layer. So first we're going to do bedroom 1, bedroom 2, because those are going to be simple ones. Then we're going to progress to, I think that's the dining room, breakfast area. This one and this one you would think would be the same, but I'll show you the problems that you would have doing something like this. You see how they have round corners? Then we'll do, I think that's living room, and then we'll do the master bedroom. At the end, we'll go ahead and do the front patio and the right and left. And I got some tricks on what not to do. So guys and gals, this is going to sound complicated, but it's really not. Once you get to do this, I think my wife and I did this whole house in less than an hour and a half. Okay, so remember what I said. A fee schedule for something like this would be about $2,235. So it's worth doing your job right if you want to keep it. Okay, so let's go to the copy of the main layer. Okay, so, and it is a little difficult, but it's not that difficult. So one thing you don't want to do is do the there's 2 rooms in here. You always want to do the interior room first. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to enlarge this area. I'm going to hit R for room, and you don't have to be precise right now. You see how this thing snaps right here? Let's do something. Let's hit escape. We're going to go to options. We're going to go to preferences. I want to deselect snap guide. I want to deselect merge snap. That doesn't necessarily that you're not going to get any more snapping. And I'm going to click this off of there. So we're going to hit OK. Remember, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're not going to be snapping to other parts of the house. It's going to help us. A while ago, I couldn't snap to that corner. So I'm going to enlarge this again a little. I'm going to hit R. That's how you create a room. You see this little crosshair? I want that crosshair to be right where the other one is. Okay, and it's snapping to something else. So I'm going to go ahead, left click where it's at. We're going to kind of go to the corner of this other one. And when I talk about corners, you really need to go to the center of the walls. Okay, and so let me enlarge this area. I'm going to hit Shift O. That gives you outline view. So when I click on this one, and you see that little red dot, if I left click, let's do it a different way. So let's go in here, and you see this white square? I should be able to snap to here. Let's enlarge this area. So go in. It's not showing me the white line. Go in right there, and remember, I don't know why I'm being so precise, because that's not what this lesson is not about being precise. So just draw something close to the bottom layer, okay? That way we don't spend a lot of time. Okay, so now when I'm there, I'm actually going in and measuring everything, and that's another lesson. All right, now to make it easy for you, just hit Shift O, and you'll get back to this viewing. So some people find this a little bit easier, but we are going to have to go back and forth to Shift O and Shift O. All right, so now what we're going to do is create 2 rooms around this room. The easiest way to do this is we're going to go ahead and hit Shift W. Okay, you'll see a crosshair. I want you to put it somewhere right here. Left click, and then move your mouse to the right, and then left click. And so we're gonna go down here in this area, and I'm gonna do the same thing. Hit Shift W. Somewhere in this area, I want you to left click, go down here until it snaps to the center of that wall. Left click, move your mouse to the top until it snaps right there. Left click, and then move your mouse to the right until it snaps right there. You see all those orange lines, and that creates our first room. Okay, now the next thing we're gonna do is I'm going to start in this area. I'm going to hit Shift W for walls. I'm going to left click here. I'm going to go snap to the center of those 2 intersection walls, and then I'm going to left click and then drag to the right, and then I'm going to release it. Now if you notice on mine, maybe yours didn't, but you can see that this is a little jagged, or you can tell it's not even. If I left click on this crosshair and I just move it up just a hair, you'll see that it'll snap into line. Now it doesn't look jagged, it looks even. You definitely want to do that, because when you start drawing cabinetries and things of that nature, that wall has to be straight or it's going to give you some problems. Alright, so this is what we have right now. Okay, so because we're viewing it the way we're viewing it, instead of, Shift O, oops, I hate command, sorry about that. Shift O, it gives me 2 different views. So Shift O allows me to see at the bottom of it. So I just wanted to show you this, but now let's keep it the way it is. We're going to click on this room. Now this is going to be a little, I hope I can explain it, but you just have to take one step at a time. So the first thing we want to do is make sure that we have the sizes of the rooms that we want. On the exterior part of this 3-layer ceiling, we're going to want the ceilings to be 9 feet tall. So if I click on that room, hold my Shift key, go to room number 2, hit Control Enter, the ceiling height, we want to change that to 9 and just hit Enter. Okay, so that takes care of the outside height of the room. We're going to click on bedroom 2. We're going to hit Control Enter. Okay, now the height of the ceiling on this one here, we're going to go ahead and tell it to be 9. What that's doing is raising my first layer. I'm going to hit tab. You see right here on dimensions, I want you to click on the floor height, and give me a second here. Okay, okay, so on the floor height, I'm going to want that to be 10. And then hit tab. And then I want you to go to the box, excuse me, on the ceiling type. I want you to go to tray. If you hit T, it'll go straight to tray. You can hit tab, or you could have clicked on that pull down menu on the right hand side. On the ceiling height, I want it to be 10. Go back to that. Okay, let's just keep on going. Okay, the distance to the opening, I want to put 1. Distance to the recess, we're going to hit 0. And what's going to happen is, look right here. You see right here, you see that extra box? It's giving us the distance from here to here. So we're going to hit 0, and I hit tab. Watch, this is going to go away. You see? And then the tray height, we're going to keep it at 1. This floor height, we really wanted 0. I don't know why I put 10 in there. I'm losing my mind. So now let's see what we've done. If we have 3 for 3D, okay, now you can't see the ceiling. So if you hit Shift C, now you can see the ceiling. You see, this is first layer, second, and third. So that's what you've done so far. Okay, now here's the problem. I'm gonna, you don't have to do this. I'm just gonna show you something. I'm gonna delete this walls right here to show you what it looks like inside. If I hit 3, look what happens. There's walls inside there. We don't want those walls. Okay, so I'm gonna hit Control Z, and I got my walls back. Now, first of all, this wall, and I can hold my Shift key, click here. I don't need those walls at all. So I just selected them, and I hit my delete key. Now, I'm going to click here, hold my Shift key, click here, and here. So I selected all 4 walls inside. Well, they're really the exterior walls of the bedroom 2. I want to hit Control Enter. Okay. So what we're gonna do is go to the dimensions. You're gonna leave that alone. You're gonna hit 12, and then you see right here where it says missing end to end. You're going to say yes. That's going to give us additional parameters. So if I hit tab, now where it says the opening base height, I'm going to hit 0. Opening goes to ceiling, I'm going to say no. It's going to give me more parameters. So once I hit tab, it wants to know what the opening height is. The opening height is going to be 9 because we want to remember the first room is a 9-foot wall. Now this room is a 10-foot room. We need to remove the walls around here up to the 9-foot layer, and the thickness you can go ahead and leave at 0. Now we're gonna hit enter. Now you can go ahead and hit 3. Just watch me. So hit 3. But this time what I'm going to do, again, I'm going to delete those walls. I'm going to hit 3D, and look, there's no walls inside here. That's what all this stuff we did. Now I'm going to hit Control Z to get my walls back. Now we're looking at 3 rooms. If I click here, for those of y'all that don't know about grouping, if I hit Control Enter, you see right here it says subgroup of none. So if you don't have to do this, just follow me. I'm going to go to Control E, which will take me to the estimate. We are actually, I don't want to be looking at the main layer. That's the first one. We're actually looking at the layer number 2, okay, which is a copy of the main layer. If you notice, I got at the bottom, I got bedroom 2, I got room 1 and room 2. I need to combine those together. I could do it here, or I can go to Control K, which is going to take me to Sketch. I can lasso it by left clicking on the corner past the upper, or before the first wall and the left wall. I'll lasso everything, and then once it selects everything, I'm going to hit my Shift Control C. If you notice now, it created a subgroup, and you can tell that this are subgroup of number 2. Number 2 doesn't have a number or a name preceding a parenthesis with a number. So when I go to Control E, which is estimate, I no longer have that room 2 and room 3. It combined it all into one room, and that's what you want when you're doing this. I'm going to hit Control K, and it's going to take me back to this room. Now, for the purpose of the training today, we're not going to go in here to the main room, copy the window by hitting Control C, go into the copy of the main elevation, hit Control V, and placing it in here so that when I hit 3D and show all, those rooms, those 2 look the same. We're not worrying about that right now. We're not going to do no windows, but I wanted to show you, if you wanted to get fancy with your stuff, we're going to draw this stuff without rooms and doors. Well, we'll try to preserve the doors, but for right now, we're just going to do it this way. All right, so we have a missing wall there. Okay, so let's go to 1D. Let me see, 3. Show all. Oh no, it's because we haven't done that this room yet. Okay, so we're good. We're just freaking out. Okay, now the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do bedroom 1 exactly the same as we did bedroom 2. So looking at this room and this room, they look about the same size. All we'd have to really do is copy and paste this in here. But to do that, those rooms got to be the same size. And if they're off a little bit, then we can manipulate that. So first of all, I want to see what the height the height of this room would be. So if I click here, it's 11 feet 2 inches, and if I click on this one, let me see if I can get the whole, not giving me the measurement, not giving me, oh, it's 11.3. You can see it right here. Okay, so it's off by 2 inches. So, you know, I can go in here, select that bedroom 2. I'm going to hit Control C. I'm going to go to the left side and I'm going to hit Control V. So remember, this room here, so if I grab this and I move this over to the right hand side, you can see that the sides are perfect. But if you notice at the bottom, it's a little bigger than this room here. So watch what you can do. I can click on this wall, just move it up a little bit. I'm gonna hit Control Z because what's happening is I'm losing this. There's not enough room to play on down here, right? So watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab this one. I'm gonna move it down a little bit so that I can select this room. I'm going to grab the center where the little red square is. I'm going to left click, move it over. I'm going to flush it to the right and the bottom. And now all I have to do is click on this wall, move it up, snap to it, boom, you got yourself this other bedroom. And this was actually bedroom number 1. Okay, so let's hit 3D and show all levels, and there you go. Of course, we didn't copy the window, but that's okay. We're not going to do none of that. I'm going to hit 1, and that takes care of those 2. Or if you want to practice, just do the same exactly thing. All you have to do is rewind this to the beginning of this room, and you'll have that room. So now let's talk about the breakfast and the dining room. If I move my screen down here, this area here is the breakfast, where this area is the dining room. Both of them have some things that make it, I'm not saying hard, let's say challenging, and I'm going to show you how to work around that. Okay, so I'll show you a couple of things. For instance, in this room here, I won't make as many rooms as this one here. And let me explain why. If I went and drew, let's go to the main, and I'm going to copy this. Oh, here, give me a second here. Okay, so I'm going to copy this, Control C. We're going to go to copy of main elevation, and I'm just going to throw this down here. So if you notice right now, the center of that room looks like this. Okay, now if I go in and I click on this wall, this wall, this wall, and this wall, and I hit Control Enter, and you see right here where it says Arch Walls, and I tell it yes. Watch what happens. If I hit Y, Enter, once I make my arch walls, look what happened. You see that? That is telling us that there's some errors in this creation of this room. So that will not work. So if I hit 3D, you see what happens? And let me see, Shift C for ceiling. Look here, you can see the ceiling here, but down here in this area there's no ceiling. Look, Shift C, I get it on the left hand side, but I don't have it there because you can't do a drop ceiling once you arch a wall. So that's the challenge that we're gonna have. Delete. Remember, I don't want you doing what I'm doing. I'm just showing you the difference between this one here and this one here. This one. Okay, so let's do, I would say, the easier one, but both of them are going to have their own little problems. So let's enlarge this area. Remember, the way I like doing, I like to start from the center out when it comes to this kind of stuff, because you can work from the outside in, but it's a lot harder. So we're going to hit R for room, and then we're going to create a box. Let me show you. So I'm going to hit S to show you the areas that I'm going to, basically I'm going to create a room right in here. And to get this little hairline, crosshairs, well, they're snap-on lines. I just hit S and it gave me that. So I'm going to hit R for room. I'm going to snap to the left hand corner, left click, and go to the right hand corner and release. Now they kind of put everything in the areas that I wanted. I'm going to delete my oops, these lines. Good. So I just know the commands, so let me see what they're called. If I go to tools, I think they're called snap line. That's what those are. You see, if you click on snap line, you can create these things. So I always just use S and it gets it to me. Remember, I don't know too much pull downs. All I mainly know is like commands. So that's why I always have to think twice. Let's go ahead and draw the inside of that. I'm going to hit Shift O, will give me outline. Let's go ahead and get this as close as we can to the center. We don't, I don't know why I always got to be anal, but we're just going to kind of halfway do it. Okay, so now we need to create that weird shaped room. If I hit V for vertex, you see right here, if you hover, it says V for vertex, right? We're going to hit V. We're going to go to this crosshair. We're going to left click, that creates a vertex. I'm going to go to this corner vertex. I'm going to left click and move it to the right. I'm going to release my mouse. I'm going to hit V for vertex. I'm going to go right here to the crosshair. I'm going to left click. I'm going to move down here with my left mouse. I'm going to left mouse. I'm going to left click and drag down. So I'm going to go up here. I'm going to hit V for vertex. Click right here. Go down here to the right hand corner vertex, left click and drag to the left. I'm going to hit V for vertex. I'm going to click here and then do the same thing. Okay, now there's one way that you could have created that, right? Here's another way. I'm going to save this because I like that one. Okay, so let's say I didn't like doing all those vertex and everything. If I hit Shift W, I go to this corner, left click, 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 left click, left click, left click, and left click. That created the same thing. Okay, I'm going to delete that. I like doing it this way. Okay, so there's two ways of doing it, and I'm not going to try to get real fancy and close, so that's not the reason of this lesson. Okay, now I hit Shift O. This one is the breakfast. BREAKFAST, and I didn't want area. Okay, so let's go back. I just wanted to say breakfast. Enter. Okay, now we'll do all those settings later. So we got to create this room right here around it, right? There's a lot of ways of doing it. I could go in here, click on one wall, hold my control key, snap to that wall, click right here, left click, and just follow this thing. You see how it's following it? I would go right here. I can really snap right here and just go to the end. We'll just leave it like that. Okay, now another way of doing it is go right here. I'm gonna hit my Shift W. I'm gonna enlarge this area. I'm gonna go to this crosshair right here. I'm gonna left click, move my mouse down here. Now it's snapping to that first one, so if I enlarge it, it won't snap down here. Okay, so I'm gonna left click and then go to this one, left click. I'm gonna reduce my screen, go in this area, enlarge it so where I can see the crosshair. I'm gonna click, I'm gonna reduce, go to this area, enlarge, snap to that. Well, I don't know if it's snapping on yours or not, but you can click here, reduce your mouse, your view. I'm going to go to this area and then enlarge it. Now, if this is not giving you, you see how it tries to snap to that other? If it's, oh, that's okay. But let's say you want it to get close to that hair. If you hold your Shift key, it'll allow you to move it around. So I'm going to left click, release it, go down, enlarge this area, snap to that area, reduce my screen, then I'm going to enlarge to this, enlarge to this area, and click, and it created this other room. So that is, an easy way of doing it. There's a bunch of ways of doing it, but this is one easy way so that we can learn as we go. Okay, if you've never done this before. We're going to do the same thing we did to the other rooms. I'm going to enlarge this area a little bit. So remember, this I can hit delete. I can also hit M for missing wall, and then just click on that wall. It does the same thing as selecting it and deleting it, just giving you different options. Now let's go inside here. Okay, first of all, I'm going to click here, hold my shift key, click here. I'm going to hit Control Enter so that I can the ceiling height, I'm going to change that to 9 and hit Enter. Oh, not 99. 9, tab, Enter. Okay, so we want those to be 9-foot walls. Okay. I'm going to click on this breakfast. I'm going to hit Control Enter. I want to go in here and make this into a tray. Okay, and the ceiling height, that one is going to have to be 9,6, because basically I'm raising it 6 inches so that before here let's keep on going, so before I explain all this. Okay, so distance to the opening is 1,10 1,10 1,10, which is 1 feet 10 inches. Right in here, it shows you what you're entering. Okay, and then distance from recessed. If you notice, right in here, you see all that right there. I'm going to turn that into 1 by, on the recess, I'm going to tell it 0, and the tray height is going to be 6 inches. And so let me show you what we just did. I'm going to hit 3D. Whoa. Control Enter. Let's go back. Tray. It's okay. 9,6. 9,6. 1 feet. 10 inches. Oh, 6 feet. That's supposed to be 6 inches. So if you hit comma 6, it's the same thing as 6 inches. Okay. Or you can hit 6 apostrophe and that gives you 6 inches. Now let's see what happened. 3D. There you go. See, this trays weren't as big as those other ones. They were fancier, but they were a little bit different in heights. Now, so that's what we got so far. Except, let's go ahead and delete some walls here so you can see what's going on. Let's delete this wall, this wall, this wall. Delete. You don't have to do that. 3D, so you can see inside. See, there's walls inside there. We don't want that. So I'm going to hit Control Z to get my walls back. Okay. Now let's get rid of those walls in the inside. This wall, I'm holding my shift key. This wall, this wall, this wall, this wall, this wall, this wall, this wall. I'm going to hit Control Enter. We're going to click on the dimensions. So yes, it's okay. 12 inches okay. Missing end to end. Just once you hit Y, it automatically types the word yes for you. Hit Tab. The base opening, we're gonna leave it at 0. Opening goes to ceiling. We don't want it to go to the ceiling because remember we need the top part on top of the first floor. So we're gonna say no. We're gonna hit Tab. It's gonna open up an additional um, properties that we have to change. On the opening height, okay, the opening height is going to have to be 9 right here. Okay, remember the size of the first walls are 9 inches, so that's going to be the opening. And then as far as the thickness, we're just going to leave it at 0. We're going to hit enter. Now we're going to hit 3D so you can see what we did. Okay, that's what it looks like. Looks good, right? See? 3 layers. 1 layer, 2 layers, 3 layers. Let's go ahead and delete this wall, this wall, this wall. Delete. 3D. And now we don't have nothing in the insides. There's no walls in there. Shows you those little lines, but there's nothing there. We're going to hit 1 for 1D. Control Z will undo that delete of walls. Control Z. My machine is lagging a little bit. Everything looks good. I don't want the label of this, so if I hold that, hold my shift key, click here, hit Control Enter to go to my properties, show labels. I'll select it, hit in, tab, enter. Now all I have is this, but you do want to lasso, oops, here I went too far, lasso all those. You're going to hit Shift Control C so that it groups those all together. Let me see if I got it right. Let me select this so you can see. Right there. Control Enter. You can see that subgroup of breakfast, and that's going to be the same thing with this room here. Control Enter. Subgroup of breakfast. So we're good to go on that part. Alright, so the next thing we want to do is do the dining room. And this is the one I told you we couldn't use trays because of the arch walls. First, we want to do the inside. The outside ceiling is going to be 9. This one is going to be 10. And then the center room is going to be 11. And then we're going to combine all those rooms together. Okay, so if I hit R for room, I'm just going to kind of guide myself to the center. I'm going to left click, go to the right, and then try to get in between those walls. I'm going to hit Shift 0 to make it easier for myself. I'm going to hit V for vertex. Click right here. Click on this vertex. Move it to that hairline. Crosshairs. Hit V. Click on top of that hairline crosshair. Do the same thing here. Move it down. Go down here. Hit V for vertex. Grab this. Move it to the right. V for vertex. Move this up. If I select the room, hit Shift plus, will enlarge that room to as high as it will allow me with that one command. I'm going to click on this wall, hold my Shift key, click on this wall, click on this wall, click on this wall. All corner walls are selected. I'm going to hit Control Enter. Under I must have selected something. Yeah, something. Let me hear. Oh, here we go. Arch. If I click on no, just type Y. It'll automatically type yes for us. Hit enter. We're gonna click on this white box. Move it over to the. Go up. Do that to each one of those. Kind of move them like this, like this. Okay, so that draws the center. And let me show you what we've done. Shift O. We got this real long. Let me see. Did we change the height? So Control Enter. The height. Nope. The height should be 11 feet high. And let's go ahead and name this. Since this is the main one, we're gonna name this dining room. Hit Enter. We're gonna hit 3. So you can see what we've done so far. We've done the center room. We got to remove those walls, but we won't do that until we do the next room. All right, so we're going to create 2 rooms around this one room, and we're just going to make it real simple. I want to hit Shift W. I'm going to left click right in here. So I'm going to left click, release my mouse until I get to right here. I'm going to left click, move my mouse to the right. You see, it's not going to let me, so it might be a little bit bigger. We'll change it in a minute. We're going to left click, go down, left click, almost parallel to that next wall, and it is crooked. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'm going to snap to that top one. I'm going to left click, then I'm going to go up, left click. Now this is crooked. One thing you want to do is go ahead and just left click, and it snaps into place. That's one of the rooms, but let's go ahead and grab this and move it to the right a little bit. See, that's more in line with the size of that other one. And this one here we can make a little bit bigger. Okay, let's not get too fancy. Okay, so now I need to make this other room. Easiest way, Shift W, left click on the upper left hand corner, left click, left click, left click, left click, and there's my other room. So I don't need this wall. I don't need this wall. These 2 rooms, remember the last one was 11, so this one has to be 10. So I'll select those 2 rooms, Control Enter, change the height to 10, hit Enter. Let me show you what we got so far. 3D. Okay. And then you can see this one and this one are, I'm going to have to create another room for this size. Okay, so that's what we got so far. Before we continue, let's go ahead and arch those walls. So I'm going to hit Shift 0. Shift O. Enlarge it a little bit. Hit V for vertex. Look, I'm going to hold my Control key so I don't have to hit vertex every time, okay? So watch. I hit Shift V, right? This time I'm going to click on Control. I'm going to left click. Oh, it didn't let me. So I'm going to left click, move it there. Go to vertex, click here, move this down. Hit vertex, move this to the left. Oh. V for vertex, move it to the left. V for vertex, move it up, go in and click on this wall, this wall, this wall, this wall, control enter, arch, yes, enter, then it's going to move it over. Remember, you don't have to get fancy. I usually do this with numbers, but I don't want this to be a real long video. Okay, so now we got 2 rooms. Well, actually there are 3. Shift O, 3D. That's what it's looking like so far. Now we just got to create the last 2 rooms around this other 3. So this last one is going to be a little tricky. Let's go ahead first and close this right here. So if I hit my Shift W, I need to click on the canvas, hit Shift W, click on the corner of this wall, and just click right there to close that. Now the next thing I'm going to do, first I'm going to go like in the middle of this wall here, so about right there, a little bit higher. I'm going to hit Shift W, click right in the middle of that wall, left click here, and then left click there. Now I need to close this wall or this room around there. So if you notice, right in here I have an opening. It did close. It did delete that opening there, but we can fix that later. I'm going to hit Shift W. I'm going to left click here, go all the way down here, go all the way up to right here, and then I'm just going to go to the right. Now it's snapping to that bottom, just snap to that right there. Then move this one up. Now if you notice, it created another room right here, and that's what I wanted. Okay, now this room, which is number 5, this room has to be 9 feet tall, so I'm going to hit Control Enter. I'm going to change to 9 feet ceiling height. Now when I click here, hold my Control key, go up, it's going to create a room, and that, since I use the same walls here, it's going to create a 9-foot room. I'm going to hit 3D, and that's what it's going to have to look like, except that there's a lot of walls in here we need to get rid of. Okay, so we're almost there on this one. So I just remember something. This room here actually needs to be 12, so let's hit Control Enter, and let's change that to 12. Now this room and this room have to be 11, so let's hit Control Enter and change that to 11. And then this room and this room has to be 10, so let's hit Control Enter and change that to a 10. I remember when I was there, that's what the sizes of those rooms were. Okay, so I don't need that wall. I don't need that wall. Now we just got to change this inside walls. Let's start with the outside ones. If I click here, click here, click here, click here, click here, 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 we have everything selected. We're going to hit Control Enter, go to Extended Exterior, and let me think about this one here. So this is the outside, so we'll hit yes, tab 12, yes, missing? Yes. Base height, that one should be 10, and then I need to say no. I take that back. The opening has to be 0, no, and then 10, enter. We gotta do this next one, so let's click here, 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 here. We're gonna hit Control Enter. Yes, tab, that's okay. Yes, tab, 0, no, tab, so this is going to be 11, I think, yeah, 11, and thickness is 0, hit enter, and let's see what we got. Let's go to 3D. Here we go. This one was a little tricky. It's been a while since I've done this. This was actually done in the field, so it's actually easier when you're doing it on site than doing it this way. Okay, so let's delete this wall. Delete, 3D, and look, there you go. That's the way it's supposed to be, except that we have a wall that looks like this one here. So all we have to do is hit Control C, hit Control V, and stick it right there. And then you got that that wall. But actually what we need to do is let's hit Control Z, Control Z, get the wall back, Control Z. Okay, now I can hit Control C, Control V, and stick it right there. Now, all those rooms, remember we're going to group all of those. So this room, this room, this room, and this room, I'm going to hit Control Enter. I don't want to show label. Enter. Now all I have to do is lasso all of those, hit Shift Control C, that turns it into one room. It grouped all those other rooms, and there's that one. Alright, so this room here, which is the master bedroom, there's not really nothing special on this one. It's just like the bedroom 2, bedroom 1. I've already showed you how to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy from underlay, and it'll just duplicate everything that I have on my main level here. So let's hit okay, I don't have to hit escape. I'm going to hit 3D so you can see. Okay, so there was nothing special on that one, so I'm not going to do anything. So this one here, it's not really nothing real hard, but I'll go ahead and draw it because it does have this 22 degree angles here. So let's go ahead and do this one. So let's go ahead and do the living room. I'm just gonna hit R for room. I'm just gonna kind of draw a little box here for the inside room, and let's go ahead and name that living room. Okay, that way we know what we're working. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go right in here, and I'm going to hit Shift W. So I'm going to left click here and then click here. I'm going to start on this corner down here. I'm going to hit Shift W and just kind of go to this corner here, go to this corner here, then go down and then click there. Now once I close this right here, that should create a room for me. So let me try something here. Let me try to put one down here. Shift W, click here and here, and you see it created those two rooms for me. So now we have room number 7 and room number 8. That's what I wanted. And of course, you know, you would put your doors like, we're not doing all that right now. I'm trying to get through this so this doesn't become a real long video. I'm just basically want to show you how to do you know, those trays. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on room number 7. I did select room number 8. I'm going to hit Control Enter. The ceiling height on that one is going to be 10. Okay. Then that's all I need to do to that one. On this one here, I'm going to hit Control Enter, and then we are going to do a tray on this one. Okay, so Control Enter, it's going to be a tray. Let me see, tray with ceiling height of 12, and then we're going to do 1, 0, and here it's only going to be 4 inches. So let's just go to 4, and let's see what we got so far. This one distance, I think that should be 0. Enter. Okay, now let's hit 3D. There we go. That's all that was. You see, this was a real simple one, so that's all we need to do to this, except that, you know, we're going to click here on this wall, this wall. Oh, first of all, let's delete that wall, delete that wall. We'll do that in a minute. So let's select that, hold my shift key, this one, this one, this one, this one. We're going to hit Control Enter. Yes. Tab 12. Missing yes. Okay, 0. That's going to be no. That's going to be 10. We're going to hit Enter. So that means that I messed up on this other one, because this and this one should be 10. Yeah, it is. Okay, good. 10 height. Okay, we're good. Let's hit 3D, and there it is. If I delete the wall to see inside 3D, that's what it should look like. We're good. Hit Control Z to get my wall back. Alright, so now the last thing, well, I was going to say this is the last thing we got to do. I'm just going to do one of them. I'm not going to do this other one. I'll show you the garage next. This will be the same as this. So just for grins, I'm going to hit my brake tool. I'm going to click here. I'm going to hit my Control key and create a little room here. I'm going to hit M for missing wall, and then we're just going to put that there. That's what that probably looked like. Okay, so in other words, this is part of the living room. Let's go ahead and group all of those together. First, this and this and this one here, since I'm going to group together, I'm going to hit Control Enter, show labels. I'm going to say no, Enter, and then all we're going to do is just select all of that, hit Shift Control C, and now it's all this one room. Okay, So let's hit Shift C, and that way you can see inside there without the ceiling. See, there's a little entrance in there. Shift C puts my ceiling back. One takes me to 1D. Okay, so this is really easy. You know, your patio is pretty easy, but I just wanted to show you something that's real important. If you wanted to do it real fast. Okay, so what's going to be important is this little pillars, you got to have them straight. And so let me show you what I'm talking about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here. I'm going to hit S to create like a, you know, one of those snap lines. Let me go down here to this corner down here. Okay, so we'll go right in here, and then now we want to snap to those lines. Okay. And okay, so I'm just gonna draw the first one, and I'm glad I did that, because you see those are not straight. So no, I guess they are. Never mind. But let me show you something. I'm gonna hit R for room. I'm gonna left click here and then create a little room. Okay, so but I want to make sure that this snaps to that line. That's important. And I want to make sure that they're all the same size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Control C, move over down here, hit Control V, and make sure it snaps to that line. And then, and I'll show you why it's so important to do that. So we're going to go down here, we're going to hit Control V, and I'm going to snap to the top and to the bottom. Then I'm going to reduce this, and let's see if we got some more down here. We got one more here. Control V. What's important is I'll snap to the right. Okay, so now let me show you why it was important that I snap to those. Okay. And again, I'm not trying to make that room exactly the size it was before, because all I want to do is show you some important things. If I go in here and let me get one out of that's not snapped to that grid, I'm going to kind of move it down a little bit. Okay, so that show you why it's important to do that. I'm going to go in here and create a room around this. So if I hit Shift W, I can left click here, it's not letting me. Okay, one second here. Shift W, okay, see it's doing something weird here. Oh, no, here, there it is, never mind. So I'm going to left click, go down, it wants to snap to that. It's okay. We'll go ahead and click there and then kind of straighten it up a little bit. We'll straighten it up like that. Okay, so if those blocks or those rooms are not straight, when I click here and go to the, so I try to go up, see, it doesn't let me go up, right? I can go in there and hit vertex and do a bunch of stuff to work around it, but what I want to do is do it fast, or not fast, but faster. So watch, I'm going to snap to that line like I originally had it. Now when I get this wall, you see it snapped to both of those. Now watch this. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to click this and go all the way to the right. And now all I have to do is grab this and move it. Grab this, move it. Grab this and move it. If I wouldn't have made those straight, it wouldn't let me do it that easy. Okay. Okay, I hit something. Now I'm going to do the same thing here. See, something is not snap. It didn't let me snap. So one of these things. Oh, there it is. I just didn't. I was impatient. So let's just snap there. And I'm going to go right here. Let's hit 3D. And all we got to do now is do the openings. Okay, so now let's hit 1. But on the openings, sometimes you got to be careful. So let me see. Let me see. The ceilings on those were. Let me see. What they were. For some reason, they were like 9.4. Okay, so I'm gonna click here, and then I'm gonna call this patio, or just patio. Okay. Now I'm gonna create some missing walls. I'm gonna hit M for missing wall. I'm gonna go from the left side to the right and do the same thing down here. Oops. Take it all the way to the left and release it. Same thing here. I'm gonna hit M for missing wall. Left click, drag it to the right, grab this one, move it to the left. M, missing wall, left to right. Missing wall, left to right. And M, left to right. So now 3D. Got a missing wall. Oh. That's what that thing looked like. Last thing, the garage. The garage, if you notice, it's 4 inches. It has a step down for 4 inches. Okay, so this is simple, but and I've got a bunch of videos. I just thought I'd show it to you. So all you would do is you can create a new room. That's no big deal, right? So R, and then let's just start from here to here. That creates the we can even do it this way. Watch. Hold my control key, go right here. Move this over. First, I need to create one section of it because this is the same level as this, and then it steps down to the garage. Now, we're gonna say, so I'm gonna click here, I'm gonna hit enter, control enter, and this one will be okay, except that we're gonna, the height, we're gonna say that it's so this one has to be 8.2. Okay, then I'm gonna create this other part. So I'm gonna hold my control key, move this down, I'm gonna hit V for vertex, B for break, move this over, and then we just call this garage. Now this one here has to be lower, so we're going to select the garage, we're going to hit enter. So the height is going to be 4 inches. Okay, 4 inches, and then tab, and then it's below, and then okay, so now okay, 4 inches below, wall thickness 4, it is a box, so the ceiling height is the ceiling height should be, let's say, so if this is 9.4, if the other one was 8.2, then this one should be 8.6. enter. Let's see if those two match the height. Whoa! Control enter. The height, the ceiling height of 8, comma 2. Wait a second. Let me see. 8, 2. 3D. Here we go. Yep, that's it. And if you notice, this one is higher than this one. See? Actually, we can see it right here. Look. 3D. Let's turn off the ceiling. Oh, let's delete this wall here. We don't need that wall. 3D. There you go. See? The walls are the same. This room is bigger, 4 inches bigger than this one. This one is told 4 inches below, and then I added 4 inches to the height of this one to this one, and that's how you create that. Alright guys, so that's all I wanted to show you. I know there was a lot of stuff there, but this is really not, doesn't really take this long. It's just I'm having to explain everything, and for some reason when I explain things, I don't do things as fast as I normally do, because I do try to slow down for y'all and not make the videos too long. So if you keep on practicing, when you're done with this, I'm going to delete this right here. No, I don't. Do you want to delete? Yeah. So when you're done practicing with this thing, this is what your thing should look like. Let's hit Shift C, so you can see the ceiling. So just play around with this, and hopefully you'll get to this point here. So these things we see a lot in Florida. I think either this was Florida, I can't remember what this was, but this is either Florida or Mississippi, somewhere. Okay, thanks for watching my video. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I'll see you on the next one.